Alright guys, this is our last video for tonight in my Piano Lessons Gone Nuts series, but I had a lot of questions and I'm going to answer as many of them as I can. Now some of you have asked for, kind of like a complete song tutorial. I'm not doing that, okay? Or a complete solo. You've got to get on my high request list for something like that. But if there's a mystery chord, a simple chord progression you want, those of you who ask those kind of questions, I'll definitely am trying to get to those, okay? So I get to everybody as much as I can. Okay, so we did the Stairway to Heaven solo for our first Piano Lessons Gone Nuts, and then we did our 4 against 3 video here. Now the third video, writing your song. Now the first thing you need is a chord progression, and you need to know about chords first of all. I have a lot of chord lessons on my website, webpianoteacher.com. Those 50 generic piano lessons will get you started with chords, understanding chords, 7 chords, and so forth. But I'm gonna assume you know a little bit about chords already. Okay, the first thing you need is a chord progression. Most songs, there are some songs that just have 2 chords, and I can even think of one song that has 1 chord, the whole song. But most songs can get by with 4 chords. Now you have, of course, a verse and a chorus, and then sometimes you'll have a bridge in a song. But let's just take one thing at a time. If I have more questions on this, I'll go into it more deeply. First thing you need is your verse. 4 chords you'll get by. So let's just find 4 chords, and I'm going to do the key of C, okay? So in key of C we have C chord, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, F, B diminished, and then we're back to C. So we have our chords there, but I'm just gonna make up a chord progression with 4 chords, and you can there are lots of chord progressions you can do, in the key of C, but I'm gonna just pick one. I'm gonna do a C chord, and then I'm gonna do an F major 7, which is A, C, E, and then F on the left hand. I'm gonna show you the chord progression I'm picking out. You can put plug in the 4 chords that you want, whatever you want in there, but I'm just gonna pick a few. Okay, and then I'm gonna do E minor 7. I'm gonna do B, D, G, and then an E octave on the bass. That's E minor 7. Alright? And then I'm going to do A minor 7, which is G, C, E, and left hand A octave. I can also do maybe some chord lessons for these series too as well if y'all want them. Alright, so now I'm going to put 4 counts on each chord, okay? So that's our next step. Ready and go. Original song. I'm sure there are many songs that have this chord progression. I can't think of any right now, but it's all been done, guys. Okay, I just picked them out of the blue here for this lesson here. You can plug in whatever you want. Now, you can just play it as chords, straight, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's a simple way to do it, or you can do like I did. Or you can do this, watch. Doing there, I'm playing the top 2 notes, and you've heard that, you got that. There's another way you can do it. So choose the way you want to play the chords once you get your chord progression. Now normally when you're writing a song, you don't sit down and go, okay, let me see what chords I want to do. You just sit down and play around, and then, oh, something sounds good, oh, let's keep that, let's work with that. But just so you know the anatomy of this structure here, we're doing it this way. So you pick 4 chords, and we figure out our chord progression. Now that's the first step, and I put 4 because normally you have 4. You could have a different number. Next thing, we need a melody to it, and we need a rhythm with that melody. Now you don't have to write the lyrics first. I never write the lyrics first. Most people do the melody first, and then they come back in and put the lyrics, okay? Very few people will write the lyrics first and then write the music to it, okay? Most people will just make up kind of whatever words come to them, even though they don't make sense. They'll use those mock words to come up with a melody while they're playing. So I'm just going to make up something. I haven't done anything in advance here. I'm just making this up. Now that's not a real memorable melody. If I were to sit down and, you know, maybe work on it, I could come up with something. But you just have to come up with some kind of a, you know, a rhythm with it and a melody. And I'm just going na 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 na. I can make up some words to it, you know, later. But that's where you start, is you get that melody and that rhythm to the melody. What's very important in the melody is the rhythm of the melody, okay? And being able to play a straight chord and then come up with a syncopated melody is a difficult thing in itself, okay? Alright, so that's the second thing, is when someone's writing a song is what they'll typically do. Then the last thing will be plugging in lyrics that work, and that can normally be the most difficult process, is getting lyrics that work. And you can, you know, you want them to rhyme, you want to have phrases, and rhyme like a poem. But that's where the real difficulty comes in, is getting there and putting your lyrics down. But I would say those are the 3 steps that most songwriters go through when they're writing something, even if they're writing on guitar or whatever, is the chord progression, coming up with a, you know, kind of a melody or rhythm. And of course you got to write the chorus too, and you want the chorus to be maybe a different chord progression than the verse. It isn't always. Some of these pop songs today use the same 4 chords for the verse and the chorus, and they go thunk, 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 all the way through, and, you know, and so forth. But you know, let's be creative. Let's have a different chord progression for your chorus. All right. If anybody wants more information on that, we can delve into that even more. Be happy to. But those are our 3 lessons for today for our Piano Lessons Gone Nuts series, and I'm going to have more tomorrow, answering more of your questions from my viewers. And hope you guys enjoy it.